Okay, so it looks like we're back on. Let's do this. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to my stream. I'm Pierre, your host. I hope you're all doing great. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I not only had a wonderful weekend, but I had an incredible couple of weeks fraught with a lot of computer problems. I had, as you might have remembered, 3 weeks ago, my laptop died on me while I was streaming. I bought another laptop, didn't work out at all. I had to send it back. Then I've had microphone problems and finally got a new Asus, what is it, an F15, I think, a tough F15, whatever. So pretty nice computer, I must admit. Pretty powerful, very responsive. The colors on the screen are super nice. But anyways, I still am running into kind of microphone problems. I find it that my microphone, the volume isn't that loud. I had to jack up the gain. So something still is not running as well as my other Asus that I had, the one that died on me, but which I had for years, which was one of those rogue Republic of Gamers type of laptop, and it was a super laptop also. So sad to see it die on me, but I've had it for quite a while and used it for kind of abused it as well. So anyways, I am going to try to do the best I can with what we have. Hopefully everything is going to work. It's taken me like 4-5 days to get all my programs together. Another like 2 or 3 days, believe it or not, to find all the right paths for OBS and all my everything to be connected to the right music, to the right cameras. Even today, I spent like the last 2.5 hours again, just touching everything, making everything work as best as hopefully it's going to work. So fortunately, from now on, everything should be working. Both cameras as well. My webcam is working as well, and then I think camera number 1 over there is working as well. So far, so good. I guess my only problem was with the microphone. But anyways, let's not waste any time. Let's do like we always do, because I really can't wait to start painting. Let's do what we always do. That means let's go over to the computer and let's check out what we did last time we were in the studio. So the last time we were in the studio, what did we do? Well, we added the shading to my little planets. And then we finished off these plants, the little details to the plants, which we are going to continue and work on today as well. So that said, what are we going to do? Well, today what we're going to do right now is I'm going to add a few details to these 5 little leaves. And then I'm going to start with the black finishing touches to these plants that are still in the background of our painting. And once that will be done, I can start adding stuff to the foreground. If we have some time, if I'm not too pooped, because I'm not used to being in the studio anymore, we'll maybe put down the first coat on my TheZenRebel dude right here in the middle. So that's what we have planned for today. So I'm going to start off right away making up a light cerulean blue, because I'd like to add a little bit of details on these plants. So that is what I'm going to do right now. So, well, look at that. This paint is coming off so easily. I also have my fan on full blast. Well, not quite, but on medium high, because it is, as you can imagine, pretty toasty here in the studio. There is no wind here in Nice, France, but it's a dry heat. It's not one of those heavy-duty city like in DC or New York, one of these oppressive, humid heats. So I'm not complaining too much. So let me get my cerulean blue right here. I'm going to be adding a lot of white paint to it. I'm not going to need that much paint. So no point of getting too carried away. I'm going to add some white. So where's my knife? I have to find all my... I have a feeling I haven't painted in years, which is not true because I was in the studio last Monday until I had my microphone problems and was able to stop the stream and had to take care of all that. And the new computer, had to figure out how to send that back so I can get reimbursed. Then I had to find another computer that I bought in the middle of last week. And then, of course, once you buy a new computer, you have to transfer all your files from the old computer to the new computer. Anyways, so that's what I did all last week. So I am kind of happy to be back in the studio, and I can't wait to start painting. So I'm just going to use a kind of a large brush just to blend this in. And I guess I can do this on camera number 1. Why don't I do that? Bring this camera over here, and we can blend the paint in together. Not going to be very complicated. So let me bring this down here. I have a jar of water right here, and we'll do this. I usually do my streaming also on Instagram, but since I haven't been really painting all that much lately, I figured I would just kind of wait and get back into the groove before I start adding a 4th camera to my stream. So I'm going to make this a very light cerulean blue to go on top of the background of my plants here. And I'm also going to add a bunch of water to it to make it a little more fluid. Just blend this all in so it's nice and homogeneous as well. That's very light. I think I can add a little bit of blue to it. There we go. It's still very thick, but I'll add water once we find the right hue. Boy, does it feel good to be in the studio. Now, the nice thing about this program I use to stream, I use Streamlabs OBS, and they kind of keep everything in the cloud for you. So basically the setup of all my scenes are all saved by Streamlabs, which is really, really very nice because I've, in the last 3 weeks, had to download and reinstall everything on 2 different computers. The one that I sent back, which was a good computer, but just didn't handle the microphone the way I wanted it to. And then this new computer that I got, this Asus, the one I had before was HP. I had a HP Victus, which is a gaming, also a gaming laptop, which was pretty good, I must say. If it wasn't for the 3.5 jack entry that couldn't handle a microphone on its own, I would have probably kept it. But I'm turning around now and looking at my computer at the image on this Asus, and it is a beautiful, beautiful image. I hope that it will work as well, because as I started to say, for the streaming, I used to stream at 3,500 kilobytes per second at 30 frames per second. And this time I decided to, after looking at my first setup on the HP computer, I used the default settings made by Streamlabs, which is uploading at 2,500 kilobytes per second. So, but the image on full, not full HD, but on regular 720, 1280 by 720, pixels, it looked very nice and a lot less demanding of my upload speed. So I basically decided to keep that setting for today. And if it doesn't look that good, and on the full screen, large TV, it looked pretty good. So I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. I have faith in these settings. I think it might just work out kind of nice. So we'll see. Hopefully it will. So I got my paint here. It looks like it's just the right texture that I need. All I got to do is switch paintbrushes. And I know what paintbrush I'm going to use. I'm going to use this very long brush that I love so much. I use this one an awful lot. And I think it's going to be just right for what we're doing. So let me just step back for a second and take a look. So again, this is now I'm on camera number 2. And I have to admit that on this, I don't know if it's the screen of my laptop, but it looks really sharp. Okay, so let's start by tackling these details. Okay, very good. So I am going to switch over to camera number 1, and let's go ahead and do this. All right. There we go. None of this has to be realistic. That is not our thing here. There we go. Now we're going to be attacking this plant up here next, so I might as well get camera number 1 ready for the job, just like that, before I come back to camera number 2, where we will get the paint ready. And for that, all we need is black paint, nothing too complicated. So problems with camera number 2. What is this bringing us some problems here? This connectivity. There we go. So many wires all over the place here. This looks like more like a movie set than it is a painting studio. Okay, so as we were saying, let's get some black paint together. And I guess I can use the cap of my can as a palette. Let me see, do I have another palette? I have another cap that's all nice and clean, that will fit better on this jar of black paint. So maybe I will keep the clean cap for this, and this I will let it dry so I can peel off the inside of this once it's nice and dry, and like that I'll find a new cap which will be like this one, because the binder for acrylic paints is nothing more than a polymer emulsion, and when it dries it's nothing more than plastic. It's pretty amazing stuff. And I can see my paint here is pretty thick. My black paint, due to the heat probably and the fact that I haven't painted in 3 weeks now. So I am just going to add a little water and give this a little blending job. I don't like wasting my paints or having them go to waste. So the best way to take care of that is just to take a few seconds and mix everything up, get it to be nice and creamy again, like it was when it was brand new. I think I gotta add just a tad of more water. There we go. With this heat, it'll evaporate anyways. There we go. Look at that. Looks like I just bought this. I mean, I got tons of black paint in the storage room, but still. Okay, this looks like good enough. I'll start off with that. And we can always add more to it if we need it. This out of the way. There we go. Still gonna have to blend in some water because it's awfully thick and I want this to be thinner. I'd like it ideally to be as though it was like Chinese ink. So it flows beautifully, but yet I want it to stay nice and opaque because there's no way I'm going to be putting two coats on. So, and now I'm just going to use my brush and I'm going to stir all this for a few minutes. Of course, I could do this on camera number one, but black paint on a black background, not that exciting to watch, so I'll just quickly do this. Maybe I'll just step over here where the fan is on. There we go. That feels better. Not only is the fan very nice to keep me cool, but to dry my shirt, because when I showed up, it was drenched. Okay, what is this? There's a little bit of something here that's going to be trouble. Get rid of that right there. No matter how much water I put in, that little chunk would not melt. It would just cause me problems. So I need a little bit more water. Oops, I don't have any here. And once this is all blended, this should be pretty good to go. Might have to make a little more paint because I do have quite a few plants I want to do. But we'll just make more later if we need to. There, so this looks pretty good, right? Still looks awfully thick though, doesn't it? Maybe just another dab of water. Little dab of water, and I think I'm just going to add a little more black paint because I can tell I don't think I'll have enough. And once I start, I hate stopping to make more paint, so I might as well take the few seconds to do that right now and then just stay in the groove of painting. And then I'm going to go over to the computer and check out the stream, see how that's going as well, since these are default settings. There we go. Black paint's getting to be the right consistency that we want. And maybe just another quarter pound of ice. See the world go round. Quarter pound of ice. Yes, now that looks pretty nice. Nice texture right there. Nice creamy stuff. And I was thinking, like, when I was streaming before at 3,500 kilobytes per second, when I streamed to Facebook, I had a hard time because Facebook demands so much resources that often I would either lose the sound or it would be choppy. Well, it wasn't that great. So I just kind of quit the Facebook and stayed on YouTube, because on YouTube there isn't people connecting, there isn't the chatter and all that stuff the same way that you have on Facebook. So it demands so much less resources. But now if I cut my upload speed by half by using the default setting of Streamlabs and on a large TV set, a full screen, and it looks good, I might go back to Facebook as well. We shall see. Okay, I need to pick a paintbrush, but I'll do that in 1 second. I am just going to go over here very quickly. And let's check up and see what our performance are. Your stream quality is good, 11% of the CPU, 30 frames per second, 0 drop frames, and we're uploading at 2,700 kilobytes per second. So, yes, that looks pretty good. We'll see when all this is finished and I go and check on YouTube and see what it looks like. Then I'll make the final decision of what kind of a upload speed and stream I want to use. For right now, I want to figure out what brush I am going to use for what I'm about to do. And this little guy looks like he is going to be just right for the job. If not, I will change it. Nothing is fixed in granite. So I'll just soak this brush for a few seconds. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go to camera number 1 and tackle our plants here. So this is fine, just right. There we go. Okay. And I am going to continue, but you know what? I am going to move this camera over a little bit, and I'm going to be playing some music as well. So this is going to be music by my friends Jacek Jacek is on the guitar, Diego is on the violin, Lucien is on the drum, and so let's listen to their music like that. I don't have to talk, and all I have to do is just have fun and paint. good. So let's head on down and tackle this plant right here. Zoom out a little bit and move the camera to the side so I don't have to here and clean off the mess we just made. Just a little bit of clean water and a rag. Just wipe it off. To my paint, it's suddenly very thick and uncontrollable. Should have brought a jar next to me, but I didn't. I tried to do something, but apparently it didn't work. So let me try this. Just going to come over here to the computer for a second. And what am I going to do here? I'm going to go to camera number 1 here. And I want to click on copy that. Then I want to go to camera number 9 here. Okay, so there's a little bit of something I had to fix. And I'll probably have to do the same thing towards camera number. How does it work? Does this work as well? Let me try this. Okay, I guess I don't have to do anything there. This camera here. Okay, so there we go. comfortable position to paint, which is a drag because I always say you need three things to paint well. One is the right consistency of the paint, two is to have the right paintbrush, and three, to be in a comfortable position. Two of the three. Me not worry too much is because I know on top of these plants there's going to be so much other stuff going on, so wherever I screw up a little bit, like right here or here, I can just put one plant on top of that or a leaf on top of that and you'll never know. mess I just made. Fortunately, clean water and a rag will take care of that right away. Get my camera over there. Zoom right in.
Oh my little baby, I love you so much. You are my darling. Between us, very sky, but I love your eyes, and I want to drink the beauty of God inside your mouth.
I want to drink inside of your mouth. That was too crazy.
Okay, so very good. I guess I'm going to stop the music and pull this baby back. Get rid of this little pop-up window that comes on just to annoy me. And there we go. So let's step back and take a look. See what all this looks like. So I think I can do these guys as well if I'm careful. So let me get my black paint again here. Might as well do that right now. I'm gonna have to be careful right in here because that's still wet. Oh, I really don't have that much paint left. I'm gonna have to put in a drop of water here, or at least mix this what I have left on my cap. Bring it all into the middle of the palette. Okay, this should do it. Let's try that. So let me get camera number 1 situated. Look at what's going on the background here. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to do this first. It's off camera, but still. All right, so let me switch over to camera number 1. that. When I first started this painting, I wasn't sure if I should paint the edge of the frame or not. But anyways, I might have to go back and add a little bit of purple on the edges. It's gonna look awkward otherwise. Go. This last one. Got crap on my brush. All right, very good. So let's bring this baby over here so we have a shot via camera number 1. Thing like that. And then I'm going to zoom in a little bit for camera number 2. to have a different perspective. Up a little bit, there we go. So, that is going to conclude today's return to the studio. Woohoo! So happy. I hope everything went well. I'm more worried about the sound and the microphone. Looking at the VU meter, looks like it's going to be okay. I think a little low. I like it to be a little more peppy, but I don't know why this new computer, the mic, doesn't quite come as strong as my old computer did. And they're both Asus. So you would think they're using the same technology, but whatever. So anyways, I want to thank you for joining me. I hope you'll join me tomorrow as we continue on this painting. Tomorrow we're probably going to put the first coat of the main guy in the front there. And then we're going to start adding more plants to the background. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm always looking forward to that part of the painting. So, like usual, I'm going to leave you with two things. I'm going to leave you with my schedule and by saying, ciao mes amis.